that's what makes a democracy great. But we are here today in support, as I stand with everyone, shoulder to shoulder, in support of the great people of the town of Wawarsing and Southern Ulster County and our neighbors in Sullivan County. We want to see gaming at the Neverland. We want to see gaming at the Concord. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear about this. Proposal number 1 on the ballot will deliver $51 million a year for our schools in property taxes and aid to local governments. So we're talking about relief for schools, relief for property taxes, and relief to local governments in the Hudson Valley and the Catskill region alone. New Yorkers currently spend more than $1.2 billion annually at casinos in Canada, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Proposal number 1 would start to bring that money back to New York and create over 10,000 good-paying new jobs in New York State. 10,000 good-paying New York jobs, and that's exciting. I also have a great affinity for elected officials who speak frankly about issues. This isn't really a discussion about gaming in New York State. We already have gaming in New York State, whether it's at Native American facilities, whether it's at racinos. What we don't have are the revenues that assist our educational institutions, the revenues that benefit property taxpayers, and the revenues that help small governments deliver essential services to people in need. So we are extremely excited about being here today. If proposal number 1 passes, Ulster County will receive more than $4 million every year to make improvements to our schools, to relieve some of our property tax burden, and to help our towns and villages fund critical services. We owe it to the students and the working families of the Hudson Valley to vote yes on proposal number 1. We should be clear about this as well. We have a history, a rich history in the Catskills for resorts. And there's another reality that is before us. The business model for resorts without gaming simply is not supportable. And we understand how important that resort history is to our community, how exciting the opportunity is to bring jobs to that region of our entire community, and how exciting it is to think about the heyday returning. And that really means a great Neverland, a great Concord, a vibrant Catskills, an exciting opportunity to step into the future. And that's what we're talking about, stepping into the future. I urge everyone to support proposition number 1. I also remind everyone that tourism in Ulster County is a $500 million enterprise right now. We believe this has the potential to augment that and to make for a very exciting future. And so, I want to thank the Ulster County Legislature, and I want to thank the Sullivan County Legislature for being so supportive in this entire process, for their multiple votes, and I encourage everyone to vote yes on Proposition 1. Thank you very much for being here. And I
Question,
also,
if it was such a good deal, why did Governor Cuomo have to rig the election wording so that it looks like it's rosy? It's an advertisement. The sanctity of the voting booth was violated by Governor Cuomo. And all of the people who are supporting it are supporting legal criminality. And if it is so good, the figures that you quoted have an opposite side, and you know them, because it's not just jobs, it's low-paying jobs, which then become a burden to the community. The money is not there, even though you might say it, and even though the supporters of the Neverly say it. It's a stacked deck, and I'm encouraging people against what you're saying to vote no on Proposition 1.
How many new
may I please speak to that? I truly respect the democracy that we live in. I believe that you have every single right to speak about this today. And I think it's really important. I think all parts of this discussion should be done. But I will also tell you, all of those discussions have taken place in these very chambers. And I know all those discussions have also taken place in the chambers of Sullivan County as well, and in the halls of New York State government. you have a question for Governor Cuomo, again, I encourage you to reach out to me. I recognize and respect your right to say what you believe, but I also understand that we do live in a democracy, and we have a right to say what we believe as well. And so, in November, the vote will take place, and we will collectively move forward from that point, like we always do in a democracy. It's my great hope is that we will have gaming, we will have resort communities that are thriving in the Catskill, and we hope that we'll have a Nevele and a Concord that are doing extremely well. But again, I respect your opinion. And so with that, to talk about jobs and what it means, literally, where the rubber meets the road, I've asked the Hudson Valley Building and Trades and Construction Trades Council President Todd DiOrio to say a few words. Todd? Please.
All right, Todd. I'd like to, hey, I'm Todd DiOrio, President, Hudson Valley Building and Construction Trades Council. We represent 28 trades locals, electricians, plumbers, sheet metal workers, laborers, carpenters in the Hudson Valley. We cover Orange, Ulster, Sullivan, and Dutchess counties, and like I said, we're about 10,000 strong. I'd like to thank New York Jobs Now for putting this press conference together, and my good friend Ulster County Executive Mike Hein for hosting this tonight here in Ulster County, which I'm proud of. Ulster County is also my home county. I was born and raised in Ulster County. I appreciate all the support from everybody that's here, including the officers and everybody here from the building trades for the support and event. We've been going on a long time, and I believe we've heard it a million times. We're closer than ever, but this is as close as I think we can ever get here in this November election. New Yorkers currently spend more than $1.2 billion a year at casinos in neighboring states. Allowing casinos here in the Hudson Valley and other areas in New York State will keep money right here in New York. Passage of Proposition 1 will generate economic activity, help fund our schools, and provide tax relief. Passage would mean $430 million for the state in new revenue every year. $51 million, as Mike mentioned, in the Hudson Valley and Catskills yearly, including $2.2 million in Sullivan County, $10.4 million in Orange County, neighboring, $4.3 million for Ulster County, and $6.6 million in Dutchess County. Most important, the Hudson Valley Building Construction Trades Council is jobs, and every developer has committed to project labor agreement. We've met with them all. Anybody that's in the running or anybody looking to do a casino in Ulster or Sullivan County has committed to a project labor agreement, and that means good paying jobs. Those in the trades, excellent paying jobs. I mean, anywhere from $28 plus benefits up until on the higher end, some of the higher trades in the 30s and 40s per hour plus benefits. There's also some language that was written into the legislation that's going to pass, ensuring that the jobs down the road, the permanent jobs, are also protected by labor protections. A lot of the unions that are involved in maintenance, manning of the table games and everything else are all covered in that legislation. So nobody's going to be skimping on good paying jobs. I believe the jobs that you're going to see up there are going to be higher paying jobs than most of the jobs that we're seeing in Ulster and Sullivan County. I'm familiar with a lot of the jobs that are in Ulster and Sullivan County, and unfortunately they're not good paying jobs. I believe this is going to definitely be a step up. It's going to create opportunity, and we're hoping that our building trades, even though there's a commitment to project labor agreements, if one casino or two casino goes, we'll grow our building trades. We'll be taking in members that are possibly non-union, working for lower wages now, will be brought into the building trades. It's not our intent to haul people from all over the country to build these casinos. We're going to try to keep it local. We have local language in all the agreements. I see Mike here from Nevele. He is committed to a project labor agreement, as well as the other ones in Sullivan County. I'd like to thank New York Jobs Now, the Hudson Valley Building Construction Trades Council, the New York State Building Trades, the AFL-CIO, the New York State laborers who have been very active across the state of New York on this. Frank Marchese couldn't be here with us today, but I appreciate the help they're doing, and the Citizens for New York Gaming for their support and commitment to helping get Proposition 1 passage. Everybody's got to get out. Everybody's got to pass the message on. It's amazing you ride down the road now, even with all the stuff in the news and everything going on. People still don't realize that they can vote on this. they all think that it's legislatively still being voted on, and that's why you see a lot of the signs, flip your ballot, use the social media, however you have to do to get people out to vote. We appreciate it. Thank you. Next, I don't know what order you want to.
We're fine.
I'm going to bring up right now Ulster County Chamber of Commerce President Ward Todd. He's going to deliver some remarks.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for inviting us to be part of this. It's great to stand side by side with labor. Businesses in Ulster County have been looking for this opportunity for a long time, and the perspective I bring is the perspective of someone who has seen the community character of Wawarsing and other areas change dramatically, and yet here we have an opportunity to return a part of Ulster County to that great heritage that it had when Ellenville and Wawarsing really was a jewel of Ulster County. For any of you who have questions about the proposition, I urge you to walk down Main Street of Ellenville. And I will tell you that you will find in Ellenville about 1 in 4 workers unemployed. Consider that in your neighborhood. In the entire town of Wawarsing, about 1 in 5 workers unemployed. And so the chance for jobs to be created as well as revenue for our municipalities is obviously a great opportunity. I'm going to speak, as I know my counterpart in Sullivan County will speak about her crown jewel. Ours will be the Nevele. Again, look at it today, remember what it once was, and think what it can be tomorrow. The Nevele has the potential to be a major tourist destination spot for folks from all over the Northeast. We are looking for that opportunity here in Ulster County for the Nevele to once again shine. So we urge the support of people from all across the state. I can't really think, but I can remember a time when folks in all parts of this state, north, south, east, and west, are going to vote about the future of Ulster County right here. We have this in our potential also. Please get to the polls next on Tuesday, November the 5th. Vote for this proposition. You need to turn over your ballot and find the proposition number 1 on the back. It means jobs and our existing businesses. I love Todd's phrase, keep it local. That's our mantra. We want our businesses to survive and to thrive. And hundreds of workers in our midst working at the Nevele, bringing their kids to our schoolyards, bringing all of those people to grocery stores and restaurants is going to be great for our local economy. So thanks again for the opportunity, and with that I'd like to introduce my good friend from the Sullivan County Chamber, Terry Ward. Terry?
I am not Terry Ward. Thank you, Ward, anyway. We're going to jump out of order for just a second here. I will be introducing Terry. I am Scott Samuelson, Chairman of the Sullivan County Legislature, and I'm very pleased to be here today. And I thank you, Mike, for having us all here. This is a great forum, and I think this is information that is so imperative to get out to the people. I think as we are all aware of, when you're talking about the Prop 1 out in the community, there's a lot of people who don't know about it. So it's really, really important for everybody to understand what it is, what it brings to us, and that on November 5th we need to flip our ballot, vote yes for Prop 1. Sullivan County in the Catskills forever and ever was known as the destination area in New York State. We had hundreds of resorts. They were recognized worldwide. They brought the best entertainment. People came to this area for the fresh air, the friendly people, and these incredible entertainers at these incredible resorts. In today's market, that just doesn't work anymore. That model of a resort doesn't work the same way. If you don't have something like Class 3 gaming in the mix, you can't compete. With this, we will then compete again. We can bring back this region to be known as the destination attraction in all of New York State. And I think it's imperative. At this time, I would like to take a second to recognize some folks in Sullivan County who have worked so hard and tirelessly to get the message out. And we are very proud of the fact that we got out a consistent and a solid message from the very beginning. And I would like to start with our business leader, Randy Resnick, who has joined the grassroots effort. Sitting next to him is Roberta Byron Lockwood from our Sullivan County Visitors Association. In the back row over there, you have Mark Baez from our Sullivan County Partnership for Economic Development. And of course, standing behind me is Terry Ward. our Chamber of Commerce president. Our economic development team in Sullivan County has joined with our legislature to get this word out, and we cannot stop now. We've got 2 weeks. It's so, so important. Everybody you talk to, you have to get out and you have to say the right thing. Flip the ballot over, vote yes on Prop 1. Thank you so much. This time I would like to introduce our president of our Chamber of Commerce in Sullivan County, Terry Ward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. I'm not going to speak to you today as the president of the Sullivan County Chamber of Commerce. I'm not going to speak to you as a member of Governor Cuomo's Mid-Hudson Regional Economic Development Team. And I'm not going to speak to you as a member of Citizens for New York State Gaming. I'm going to speak to you as a mother of a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old who wants job opportunities for her children in New York State, who wants her children to stay in New York State. I'm speaking to you as the wife of a New York State trooper, and when my husband retires in 9 years, I want to be able to stay in New York State and not move away because our taxes are so high. I'm the daughter of a man who served his community as a small business owner, as a councilman, as the highway superintendent for the town of Callicoon, and who had to watch him move away to South Carolina because he couldn't afford to retire in New York State. He moved away from his children and his grandchildren. I'm speaking to you as a native citizen of New York State who believes a yes vote on Proposition 1 will bring 10,000 new jobs into our state, almost 3,000 of which to my home county in Sullivan. A yes vote will give us the opportunity to recapture some of the $1.2 billion spent annually in casinos in surrounding states. My region, the Hudson Valley Catskills region, will see $51 million in tax relief for our schools and property taxes. I'm speaking to you today, I'm asking you today to please help make New York State a place where we can stay, where our parents can stay, where our children can stay, and where our young professionals can stay. Vote yes for Prop 1. Thank you.